Alright, so this is LM Studio. This is a very popular tool if you want to chat with local AI models. Now, despite being local, despite being an offline AI model, it is very much possible for that AI model to access content from the web. So even though the local is indeed offline, it is stored locally on your computer, it can still get the latest info from the web, and therefore the answer is going to be much more relevant and it will reduce the likelihood of AI hallucination. Now, if you want to have this capability on LM Studio, there are many ways you can do it. One example that I actually have covered a few times on my channel is by using plugins from this user on LM Studio. So if you go to this page and then you can click visit website and click DuckDuckGo, you can install those plugins in LM Studio. Just click this button and after that, you should be able to use them. They are known as MCP, and you can use AI to access content from the web. But there is one problem, because I just realized that apparently these plugins are not very consistent. One example here that I have is when I try to ask AI to give me the info about the latest AI model from Anthropic. So it's not able to use the tool at all. It's not able to use DuckDuckGo as the search engine, because apparently many websites these days are actively blocking AI bots from using their service, and I can see why. Sometimes AI can be a burden for a website server. So that means that in many situations when you're using these plugins on LM Studio, there is a good chance that the AI is not able to use the tool, and therefore it cannot get the latest content from the internet. And this is actually a problem that people have discussed many times on forums, and usually the reason is almost always because websites are actively blocking AI access. And also, even though that there are some variations of those plugins that have been reworked by other users, we are basically playing cat and mouse game. Like, sure, we can use the latest option or the latest rework, but then DuckDuckGo, other websites will fix the problem, and then those plugins are no longer working again. So we don't want to have that. I think it's better to use something that is a bit more reliable, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. So as you can see here, I got a few examples of local AI model. In this case, I was using the Gemma 4 model from Google to get the latest info about something from the internet. And as you can see, it is able to use the tool normally without any problem, and it was able to give me the most relevant information. So in this case, I was asking about the latest AI model from Anthropic, and it got the answer right. There is a new model called Cloud Mythos. So yeah, it's able to access content on the web, but I wasn't using those plugins at all. I was using a different technique, a different MCP server. That's, I think, one simple way to describe it. That's from my understanding seems to be more reliable, and it is also still well maintained. The name is searxng, and yeah, it has been around for quite a while, and it's most importantly, it is well maintained. So I'm going to show you how you can get this tool installed on LM Studio. So when you're chatting with AI, it's going to be able to access content from the web. Now, this tool seems to be mostly made for developers. I mean, if you go to the documentation, it seems to be quite difficult to follow for most people, but I think I have found a simple way you can get this feature on LM Studio. So let me show you the step-by-step process to bring back the search capability, the web search capability, the web access capability on LM Studio. Okay. Step number one, of course, you have to use LM Studio on your computer. You have to install this program and make sure that you have an AI model with tool calling capability. So usually it was indicated by this blue hammer icon, meaning that the AI model was trained to use tools, and that is very important. If you have an AI model but has no this blue hammer icon, that means it cannot access the tool at all. So make sure that you have downloaded a model with that capability. Now, The second thing that we have to install is Node.js. It is quite straightforward. Just go to Google and search for Node.js, and you can maybe navigate to the download page, and then you can download the setup file, and then you can install it normally. Just next until it finishes. It is very much straightforward. And after that, you can install a tool called Docker. Search for Docker. You can open that website, docker.com, and then you can download Docker desktop based on your system. So if you're using Windows, then you can select the Windows option, and then you can run the setup file, and then you can install the program normally. It is actually a very straightforward installation process. Just run the setup file and just click OK, and then wait until it finishes, and then you have to restart your computer. So after that, you can open Docker on your computer. Just open Docker, and if you're opening the program for the first time, it might ask you to update Windows. It's called WSL. That's a Windows subsystem for Linux, and sometimes it will ask you to update to the latest version. But usually there's going to be a sort of a command line window like this. So when you see a command line window like this, just hit enter, and then just wait for the installation process to finish, and after that you will get the latest version of Windows subsystem for Linux, and then you can use Docker normally. But anyway, right here on Docker, by the way, during the onboarding process, it's going to ask you to create an account. You can actually skip it, because it is not mandatory. But basically after that, you will see the interface of Docker desktop, and don't worry, I'll try to make this as simple to follow as possible. I'm hoping that even if you're not a technical person, you can still follow around, and then being able to get the search feature on LM Studio. But anyway, here in Docker desktop, you want to click the search area and search for is SEAR and then XNG, and let's type that again. So you have to search for this. So that is the keyword that you can use, and then you'll see this option, and you can click pull and just wait for it to finish. Okay, so after that you can click run, and then you can open optional settings. And then for the ports, you want to enter 8080 and click run. Okay, so it should be running now. Okay, so it is running, but we still need to modify something on this container. So right here, you can open files, and then you can navigate to a menu called let me check my note. I kind of forgot the directory. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so this one. All right, so you have to navigate to a menu called etc. Okay, and then you have to navigate to searxng. It should be this one. Yeah, this one, and then settings.yml. You can right click on it, edit file, and then you can press something like Ctrl F, because we want to find something that we want to modify. So I'm going to just click this, click anywhere, and then press Ctrl F on the keyboard, and then you want to find HTML, and then you can hit enter, and you'll see this under the format section. There is HTML, but we have to add another one. So I'm going to add a new line, hit enter, type dash, and then type JSON. So that's the format that is supported in LM Studio. And after that, you can click this save button, and then you can restart the container. And there you go. So if you want to verify that it is working, you can navigate to localhost 8080 on your browser. If you see this page, it means that the container is working, it is running well, and maybe you can even do some testing, like using some keyword and then try to search something. So searxng is using lots of search engines. So it could be DuckDuckGo, it could be Brave or Bing or some other options. So yeah, I think it's going to be more reliable than other options. But anyway, here that we have confirmed that this container is working, we're going to go back to LM Studio and we want to install something. We want to install MCP. So to do that, you can open the sidebar, click install, and then you have to select edit MCP. Okay, be mindful, MCP are useful, but they can be dangerous. Got it? And this is the code that you can copy. So you can either use this, or maybe this one. And don't worry, I'm going to put all of them in the description down below, but I'll try to use this one. And let me just go back to LM Studio. I'm going to delete this and I'm going to press Ctrl-V on my keyboard to paste that, save, and just wait for the plugin to initialize. Hopefully there is no problem. If there is no problem, then you will see this. So you can access, the tool is able to do a web search now. By the way, I do recommend to just always allow all tools, so you don't have to manually accept every time AI wants to use this tool. Now, let's start a new chat, and I'm going to ask something like, maybe I will, by the way, always load the model first. I'm going to load, let's say, Gemma 4 with effectively 4 billion parameters model. That model has a tool calling capability. Okay, and let me try something like, can you tell me what's happening with the Sora 2 model from OpenAI? All right, send a message and make sure that the web search is enabled. Send a message and it should be able to access the tool. Now I'm using the thinking version. It's going to be a bit, it will take a bit longer to generate the request, but okay, it seems to be doing fine. There is no error message, so it's really good. Yeah, if we actually look at the thinking process, I think it is able to get the content from the web. Okay, based on the recent search results, the Sora 2 model, increased quality, okay. Status and transition for users in the US, Sora 2 by default. Service life cycles, there are reports regarding service updates, including changes to pricing policies, okay. This continuation timelines published, okay, yeah, the model has been discontinued. Okay, let me try something else, like, what is the price of Intel stock right now? Now, there's something here that I forgot to mention. So when you are trying to use a web search capability, I highly recommend to take a look at this. So this is the context window that is still available. It has been using 80% of them, even though for just one simple request, because it is actually quite a demanding process. So I'm going to eject this because I want to use a bigger context window. So I will enable manually choose model load parameters, and I'm going to increase the tokens to maybe around this, load the model. And then I will try to use a different request like, can you tell me what is the price of Intel stock right now? All right, send a message. Now I will try to go to Google. I want to know what is the price of Intel stock. Price $65 US per share. And let me see that. Okay, it's still thinking. Yeah, it's fluctuating 65 point. Yeah, it is actually able to search multiple pages. That's why we got various different answers, but it is within the ballpark. This is exactly the number that we have seen on Google. Yeah, so we have confirmed that it is able to search content on the web. So basically, every time you want to use this web search capability, make sure that you are running this container on Docker first, and then you can load the model on LM Studio, and you can start chatting with AI and ask it to search something on the web to get the latest information. So that's basically it. And if you want to see more really cool AI use cases and techniques, then you can check this video up here, and I'll see you on that video.